Hi people, welcome back to TSTalks. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and of course you can check out all the previous content. On this one I'm going to be talking about why I left retail. Now before I get into my reasons why, I have to say that working in retail personally for myself has given me vast experience, vast knowledge in various different things, whether that's um, customer service, admin, um, even selling, um, restocking, merchandising, all these things. In some aspect of my life they've benefited me, and credit to people that work in retail. Of course retail's not for everyone. Personally I didn't think it was for me after a certain period of time, and I left, and the reasons why obviously I'll be stating in this one. Now the first reason for me was working hours. Now when I first started doing retail I had another job as well. Also it wasn't like every day, but sometimes it was like twice a week, maybe once a week, and that job was in the evening. So there'd be times I'd be doing my day job, finishing, going to the other job, getting home like mad late, and then waking up the next morning early to go work, and I was just proper shattered. But then when I cut off the other job and I was just doing my retail job, it was still like that. There was times I was working like 11, 12-hour shifts, sometimes even 13 hours. And some of them would just be like I'll be finishing proper late and then starting early the next morning. Now I'm sure many people know that like rest and recuperation is vital to how you functioned as a person, and there was times I'd literally be in zombie mode the next day. um, Before I started retail I'd never drank espresso before, and I just think, oh, I hear this gives you mad energy. All these espresso coffees, all these things, they give you energy, but it's like a false energy, because once your energy is zapped after drinking coffee, and that might give you that little buzz, you're proper out of it. Those who know, and of course if you do know, put it in the comment section down below. But yeah, my key thing with retail, which I didn't like, was dealing with disrespectful, angry customers. Obviously, you have people that will come try shout in your face and whatnot. Now, I understand people have bad experiences in life with companies. I've had the same, and I think personally, probably working in customer service and that, it's probably given me a perspective that if something goes wrong, don't go kick off at someone else and that, because you don't know what that person's going through, and kicking off ain't going to make a difference. If you have a genuine conversation with a person, 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to get the situation solved better. But people tend to have a lot of issues going on in their own life that they like to vent and blame other people for their problems. But for me, I don't know how other people deal with like that sort of people shouting in their face. With me, I tried as many times as possible to stay professional, and most times I did. But there was, I think, at least a couple times where I offered a couple customers out to fight, or just told them, if you don't change that attitude, if you don't speak correctly, I'm not gonna deal with you. Some people don't like it, but it is what it is. There was times that some of my colleagues know that I was fuming, but you know, it's those things like that. Like, I'm not paid any certain money to get shouted in the face at. Now, I know people say money's this, money's everything and whatnot. And money does make the world go around, and you need money for things that you need to buy and provide for yourself and your family, etc. But there isn't an amount of money that I can have to have someone shout in my face and disrespect me, um, especially for something that's not my fault, like a faulty product or a delivery gone wrong. That's not my fault. I'm not in control of that. Don't take out your anger on me for that. But it's you're the face of a company, and if the company ain't doing enough to back you, sometimes you got to leave the company. So it is what it is. um, like I've said prior, I've got nothing against working in an organization or company, as I've gained vast experience with it, which has enabled me to move on and develop, both in terms of working and trying to be a self-made man. um, Even in my Twitter, I think it's still my pin tweet to this day. It's like, working in a business will give you the knowledge for when you, and make you able to be able to run your own business in the future. Something like that. I know I've got the majority of the gist of it, but something like that is what I was stating, and it's true. But one thing I can't deal with if you're working in a company, this is what I had in retail as well, which is another thing, was like managers that pretend like they own the company. Like, let's be real, if the company decided tomorrow that they're shutting down, or they're having a big meeting about this new setup or something they want to try change, or they want to do this sort of innovation, they're not communicating with you. No one of any power is communicating with you. Like, you're just paid to be a manager, and with a lot of these managers, more times they can't even manage. They have a title that they can't do. They they don't manage. All they do is just, think they control people, and you know that's not the way. I can't really be in an environment like that. Like, those sort of things can be toxic, and if anything that's toxic in your life, you got to separate yourself from it. Otherwise, it can mess you up. Like, I had a one manager. Like, those people that worked with me know, like, this person knew absolutely nothing about the system that was used in the store, but somehow was taking away the biggest paycheck in the store. That don't make no sense. So that means that that person could critique anyone in that store on anything. They could critique other managers, they could critique staff on anything they're doing with their job, but yet they know nothing about the system that's used in the store. That makes absolutely no sense. And for me, that was a key thing. It's like, I can't work in a place where the person that makes the most money knows nothing really about what we're doing. They're just like delegating and kicking off, and when things ain't going right, it's not logical. Furthermore, you have like, I don't think this is the case individual to like where I worked. I see many people mention it with retail, and I think I've even witnessed it when I go into shops. Like, you have managers that just act up, and they change how they are when senior people from the company show up. Like, just be yourself. Like, don't front. Like, you know what I mean? If you're a genuine person, like, people will see that you're a genuine person. You don't need to be like a funny person one minute and then switch up. Or you don't need to be a cool with your staff today, but then yet when the people from the company show up, you want to be like harsh and delegating like you're somebody. Like, if you're genuine in that to people and you act the same way all the time, you'll get maximum respect. If you treat the staff cool one day, and then when someone big comes in, you act up, you're gonna get no respect from no one. Like, and that's fully deserved. Anyone that does anything like that don't deserve no respect, like, from anyone. That's just my opinion on it. And finally, the main reason why I left retail was stupid add-on sales targets, which personally only the company benefit from. So this is how I looked at it. Like, I'll be honest, I weren't the best salesperson at all. Like, I was okay, but I weren't the best salesperson at all. I think key reason part of it is that I weren't invested in whatever. I weren't invested into. I didn't have put my heart into this. I was just like, truthfully told, I was like, this is a job. It's gonna make my money monthly, live my life. It is what it is. Like, that was generally like my thoughts on it. But when I looked at all these sales things, and it's like, that is majority the companies benefit from it. So I was like, if I hit my targets, I'm cool. But if I really exceed my targets, and that, not really much else is happening. Like, my thought process on this was that if I do, or if I don't sell this additional stuff, I'm gonna be paid my wage, and I only might miss out on some extra money every 3 to 4 months based on whether or not the store gets a bonus. Like, that's a joke thing. Like, if it was a commission based like role, if I sign up to the commission based role, then obviously I know, like, I'm gonna get paid this, that, etc. based on how much I sell, and obviously I'll probably be more invested into it. And I think the main part of that also is I'm not sure how it works in some other retail places, but I know in some places that some of these add-on stuff, like the way that you're trained how to do it when you go to like your induction training course, and that is one way, and then the way that in store you're kind of made to sell these things. It's like, in a sense, more or less, it's like a false advertising, like a forcing thing. Oh, if someone tells you they don't want it, like, it's, it's like find any means necessary. And you have some people like that that will find any means necessary, and then you get people come back that's not happy. It doesn't really make any sense. But to me, it was a load of bull. And I thought the sooner I get myself out of this, the better, which is what I did. But yeah, that was my key reasons on why I left retail. It'd be interesting to know what other people who have worked in retail have to say. So either leave it in the comment section below, or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. All of that will be in the description box. Thanks for listening to TS Talks. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you haven't already subscribed, do so, and I'll catch you later.